All right, James is with us in Ocala, Florida. Hi, James. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hi, Dave. How are you today?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
That's great. Listened to your show yesterday for the first time and instantly became hooked. I think everybody needs solid advice.
Well, thank you.
I'm one of those people, so that's the purpose of my call. I'm a little terrified right now because I'm sitting in a position where I will turn 66 in 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be 65 on Monday, and then I turn 66 the following year.
Mm-hmm.
My plan is to retire at 66.
Mm-hmm.
My goal was to reach my full retirement age and try to, I'm not going to be limited if I choose to work again and be penalized by Social Security.
Right. Okay.
I have $645,000 in 401k and Roth. And then I currently have 20% put into my 401k. The company has a nice company match. And then I have an extra $150 per check, or $3,000. Let me see, is it $3,900 a year that goes into a Roth that I have my broker take out.
Mm-hmm.
I moved to Florida last year, and it's really inexpensive to live here in a lot of ways, income tax-wise, and
there's not one.
Sales tax, property tax, but I don't like it here. It's just way too hot for me.
Okay.
My daughter and grandchildren are living in the Albany, New York area where I'm from. The purpose that my wife and I moved down here last year was our son had committed suicide, and my wife was becoming agoraphobic, and I thought a change of scenery would help her out.
Yeah.
Little did I know that it did not help her out. So I want to work until I'm 66 and retire and move back north, and I'm just scared if I'm going to be able to retire with the little amount of money that I have.
What do you make now?
Currently, I make about $75.
Okay, good. All right. And is your home paid for?
No, I have a $130,000 mortgage, and I have $10,000 in credit card debt.
Okay.
I get about $1,200 a month in mileage that the company gives me a full check for. I don't count that as income. Although I guess I probably could or should.
Well, you pay the expenses.
What I did last month was I saved up 3 of my mileage checks, and then I paid off 3 credit cards.
Good.
I took the highest interest rates that I had, and I paid off those 3 cards.
Okay. Our process that we use to get people, the closest path to wealth, and you've got some wealth. You've done a great job. You're well above average, money. $600,000. I mean, that's a lot of money. You did good.
645.
I know. That's good. Very good. And you're going to have more by the time you retire. And so what I would do is just do a little bit of cleanup around the bottom of this, and that is let's knock these credit cards out and cut them up, get you some debit cards, and let's live on a cash basis from this point forward. Make sure you have an emergency fund saved of 3 to 6 months of expenses. And then I've got 2 goals for your retirement. One is for you to have a nest egg enough that you can live off of the income it creates without touching the principal. And the other one is to get a house paid off. Okay? So what kind of a price range of home do we buy in Albany when we move back?
Well, the house that I had in Albany, I had actually purchased for $78,000. I had sold it for $317,000.
When you move back to Albany, what will you spend on a home?
I'm looking to spend about $230,000. I want to have a smaller house.
Okay. And you have how much equity in the Florida house?
Yeah, I have about $120,000 equity.
Okay.
My plan is to put about $100,000 down on a new house.
Right. Okay. And so you got $100,000 debt on your home going into retirement. That's the only destabilizing factor in your whole plan. We got to get that cleared up at some point, right? Now, obviously, you could just cash out enough of your 401k and pay it off, and you'd have a paid-for home with $545,000 plus what you put in for the next year and a half or 2 years or whatever you do here. And you're probably going to continue to work, you said.
Yeah, I'm feel great. I mean, I've got job offers for me in New York, even at my age, but I have kind of a specialized field, and I've got people calling me saying, "Hey, when you come back, we want you." And I plan on work. I mean, I feel good.
So you don't need the money today. You don't need to quote retire and live off of the money. You're going to continue to add to this nest egg. Okay, so I'm moving back to New York whenever you want. I don't care. You can go now if you want. Take the new job, you know?
Well, I want to stay. My goal, listen, the reason I came down here to Florida for obvious reasons, but the company was good enough to transfer me down here. We opened up a new operation in Tampa. So I want to give them a couple years to take and build the territory for them.
Okay. You want to honor that obligation. No, that's fine. It doesn't matter to me. I'm good. So the point is, though, mathematically, your income is going to continue after you move back. You're going to use that to continue to add to the nest egg, not start subtracting from it, and you're going to use that to clean up the $100,000 mortgage, and you're not moving to New York with any other debt because you're going to clean that up now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that's going to put you in great shape. Here's your formula, real rough and dirty, okay? The stock market has averaged, if you're invested in good mutual funds that are averaging what the stock market has averaged between 11 and 12%, okay? If you pull off 7 or 8% off your nest egg, you're safe. I'm good with that.
Really? That much?
Yeah, if you're earning 11 or 12 and you're pulling off 8, you're leaving 3 or 4 in there.
Okay.
See what I'm doing? So if you can live off of 8% of your nest egg, you're good. And I think by the time you quit, you're probably going to have $1 million in this nest egg, so you're going to be living off of 80 grand or 70 grand or 60 grand, whatever you want to pull off of it. That's where you're going to be. Good job.